Hey, it's H here, and today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum with ticker ETH. This is again an update video, so if you haven't checked out the previous video where we go through the whole wave count with Elliott Wave Theory, I would suggest you to do that if you're interested. On this video, however, we're going to take a look at some major levels of support and resistance, and I'll show you some possibilities with Elliott Wave Theory. Again, a basic video to learn more about the theory is on screen right now. So let's get going. So let's take a look at some local levels that are interesting to me. So again here, horizontal levels, monthlies, weeklies and dailies. These are going to be offering some resistance above the price or current price and support below the current price. Here we got a volume profile from the lows of June 2021 to around current date. We could even pull this bit further. Here is also a Fibonacci retracement from the all-time highs of 10th of November to the lows here at January 24th. We can see that price came down and bounced up and hit this area of golden pocket where we had the range value area high as well, giving us a super good resistance. We also had this area where we had resistance before, and that had again more confluence to this area around 3.5k, that this is going to be another area of interest where we could be looking for shorts. I did not take this one as I wasn't really looking onto ETH. I'm mainly trading Bitcoin, but definitely should be looking for opportunities like this on ETH, because this is definitely super easy place to look for shorts if these high level time frame areas and levels are going to play out like this. At that point we also established new weekly, so if we get back to this area we're going to be having more resistance appear. Now let's check out some current day and close that one for now. Again, we have point of control above us of this range from the all-time highs to current date. We have a daily at the same point at that point of $3,100 acting as resistance. So again, an area where we would be looking for shorts. We've already bounced on that level, that point of control, a couple of times before, so that just have to be kept in mind. We had that daily also here at around the same area just above, and we have already been hitting that area for multiple times now, 3 times, but still managed to get a resistance or resisted and bringing the price down. Currently sitting at the 382 retracements from the lows of January 24th to the highs of April 3rd. If the price comes down, we again have some supports here at the 0.5 and golden pocket. Now those are not lining perfectly, so with this volume profile, but again with a more recent volume profile that is from the lows of January 24th to current date, we can see that range value area low is again at that golden pocket, at which I would be expecting some kind of a bounce. So I'm going to set my alarm here just to give me some room to play with if the price comes back here. Again, above us we got the daily and point of control of this range as well, so that is going to be resistance. But yeah, I think those are the basic levels that I wanted to share. There's more with Elliott Wave, so let's get into that. So let's take a look at higher time frame. So this is again the thing that I proposed earlier, that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the cycle 1 to 2, and this next one is some kind of other run. Now this is the most likely scenario that I have. This is 1, 2 and primary, 3. We've completed a 3 topping at 10th of May 2021, and at that point we started some kind of accumulation or a correction. We can also see that we had a nice bounce down with a volume, saying that this price action here is corrective and not anything really impulsive looking. Even though the price went up here, this whole structure has been on a declining volume, so that is again a sign of weakness, a sign where we should be looking this as a corrective pattern instead of something else. I have a proposal where we have this as a 5-wave move, but it is definitely really unlikely that is the case. So overall, before we get into more detail here, the wave 4, the red markers here are the ways or the targets for wave 4 primary. So around $1,700 is the 23.6% retracement area, and 38.2 is around 950. I definitely hope we don't come up this low, but this is the most likely scenario or most likely area where the price usually comes down to. Now, as on this case though, the wave 4 on previous of this third wave, the wave 4 of intermediary came down to around $1,300, which is definitely, I think, the lowest it could go. But again, there's more structure here to look at. On the orange here, we have the targets for this intermediary count with A, B and C, targeting 5 waves down here. We got already few targets hit here, but this is again with, let's go a bit closer so we can actually look and see clearly. So again, targets on orange is for the larger C wave. Already hit a few of them, but again, this structure looks more like that it has not been completed, and we would be looking for one more low with a 5-wave impulse structure to come down. On yellow we have again few targets. This one here is a target which tries to estimate the length of wave 5 with the length of wave 1. Now that third wave is super extended. We would need 5 wave to extend quite a bit for it to not be a truncated one, but it definitely can be a quite large one and not overshadow the third one here. But again, targets are of this 1.618 extension and 2.618 extension here at 2500 and 2k. The lower targets here are for a inverse wave 4 around 1900 and around 1600. Now this 1600 target $1,600 target is around the 236 extension or retracement of the primary move for the wave 3 for the wave 4. So again, that area is more interest to me than anything else. So I would be targeting this area for buys on myself. But again, we'll continue monitoring this, how this last leg here is going to be developing, if this is the count. Now there's other counts. Actually, before we go there, the invalidations for this is above here. The fourth, or meaning the last leg here, is getting invalidated at around 3580, and the complete C wave is going to be going to be invalidated here at around 39.50 when wave 4 would cross with the wave 1. Now again, that pump would be taking us quite large, 30% or more upwards, so not bad either on that way if it chooses to go there. Then we have a triangle here. Again, another possibility, same look like that Bitcoin has. We go on A, B, C, D, and making currently the E wave. Whether this is making the first leg of the A wave, meaning that we would be doing something like this. We'll see, and again, we need to be monitoring this. Most likely 5 waves down, as it would be required for this last E wave to be another zigzag. Invalidation point down here around 21.50, at which point the E wave would be lower than the C wave, which would make this triangle impossible to be a triangle. Again, we have other counts to explain the price action if it does go there. Now here was this was the Moonboi count I was talking about, saying that this could be the case that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, there's no really need to be looking this bullish, because this extension for the third wave is already 2.618 size of the one of primary, which is definitely something I would not be looking this as a reality or any kind of good looking count. Instead, I just have the wave 3 of primary up in here. But again, we can juggle all these counts if we want to, but there's really no need for this kind of Moonboi count, at least on my opinion. So again, let's continue with this primary 3 here and making the 4th at the moment. Now again, depending on which way you would like to look at the market, I guess it could be possible to look at stuff like this, saying that this is actually the correction end. So correction would end at 21st of June. Now invalidation point we have here at 21.50 and the lowest here at $1,700. Again, this count would suggest that we have 5-way move up to this first of intermediary, then second of intermediary down here. Now to me this count again does not really look appealing at all. Why? Well, there's no volume supporting it at all. It just doesn't look good. So again, it is possible price wise, but there's not much support like on volume, so that has to be kept in mind again. Okay, what do I have here? There we go. So another explanation for this count of this price action here is a WXY, and instead of the 5 waves we have with the expanded flat option here, we're creating an ABC. At this point we would have already created the A wave and currently making the B, or we have completed B up here on 3rd of April. Now this again could be something like this, where we would be looking for the C wave, but again the B wave might not even be done. The possibility for that kind of count is that we do something like this, and at that point we would be continuing and using this as a connector wave to go up. However, on a bit longer term, this count would either suggest we go down from here, or again we go down from here. Time wise, let's check that. I think I have it on one of the counts, maybe the Expanded flat, yep. So this is again comparing the wave length of wave 2 time-wise to the wavelength of wave 4. Now we've already come past the one-to-one extension, or the same amount of time that we used for wave 2 is here around the 30 or around the end of January. So any of these targets here is fine. So if I had to guess, this 1.382 is a bit too early. If we are looking at the expander flat, we would need to go down quite fast, and I would prefer we take over the third wave without any truncation for the fifth. So saying that price could collapse something like this looks pretty harsh to me. So instead I would be looking at the time target at around July. But yeah, I think that's all I want to share with Ethereum. I will be keeping more track on this one and probably try to make a once a week video on Ethereum as an update video, so we can keep a close eye on how this chart actually behaves and develops. But for now, I thank you for watching, and if you have a coin you would like me to analyze next, let me know down in the comment section below. But for now, thanks for watching and bye bye.